Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Morale Booster with John Ughulu. And today I have two entrepreneurs. They are the founders of Markell, Bani Fine Wines. And I would want them to introduce themselves to you because they would be in a better position to tell you who they are and what actually they do. So welcome, Sean and Greg, to the program. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. So before I hand the stage over to both of you, I just want to remind those of you who are currently listening to this program via podcast or those who are watching this program on the YouTube channel to please remember to share this video to your friends, share amongst your network, because you never can tell. You might just be saving the life of that one person who has been waiting to hear from these two people, who has been waiting to hear about their experiences. So please remember to share the video. And so I'll go straight to Sean first. Sean, please tell us about you. Who are you? Who is Sean? And what does Sean do?
Well, I'm gonna keep it brief. My name is Sean Bani. I'm co-founder of Markell Bani Fine Wines. We're the first African-American owned wine company in the Midwest. And we've been in business for like 12 years now. And so that's pretty much how I want to introduce myself. Co-founder Markell Bani.
Okay, no problem. That's a good one. So what about you, Greg? Tell us who you are.
Greg Markell, co-founder of Markell Bani Fine Wines as well. Like Sean Bani said earlier, we've been in business 12 years now. And we're looking to be in business for another 50 years.
I love that. That's a spirit, brother. That's a good one.
Yeah.
So I'll ask Sean this next question. How did you guys meet? You know, you guys are partners, you're business partners. And the type of business you currently do is not just a child's play. You've been in business for 12 years. So how did you guys meet?
Yeah.
How did you form?
Well, like I said, we've been knowing each other all of our lives because our mothers were friends, childhood friends, and then we became the same way. And so we went to the same elementary, middle, and high schools. We didn't, separated some because we both went to different colleges. But as adults, we ended up, reuniting after college, and we started a couple of different business ventures, but it wasn't just, it was just a chance happening that one day we were out and Greg just, turned to me and was like, "Hey, have you heard of any Black-owned wine companies?" And I was like, "No, I haven't." Then I went on to doing what I was doing. And then he came back a week later where he pulled some information off the internet. And he was like, "Look, man, we should start making our own wine. This is easy." And I still blew him off because I was like, I wasn't into wine at the time, and I didn't even drink.
Right.
He was like, "Man, this is easy. This is our next, venture that we should try to do." And I still blew him off until he said, "Listen, I found a micro winery, and let's go visit this winery and see what's up. If we don't like it after that, then we can scrap the idea."
Whoa.
So I went to the micro winery, and it was owned by 5 ladies, and one of them really took a liking to us, and she showed us how to make wine. And that was our entry point into the business.
Oh, that's a great one. One of the major reasons why I was so happy the day you guys accepted to join this program was that just the same way Greg felt there were no Black-owned wine businesses, I feel now that I have the opportunity to reach out to a larger audience, it's the best time for me to reach out to people like me, people who have the same skin color with me, so they can know that it is possible.
Mm-hmm.
So they can know that things can be done if they have the right support system, if they have the right mentors. So I'm so happy you guys are willing to talk to us, because you're not just talking to me, you're talking to so many young kids there. You're talking to so many people who feel they cannot make it in life. All right, I really appreciate that. So Greg, I'm going to ask you this question. Now, I know you were the person who, came up with the idea. You saw it as a thing that both of you could actually do together. How did you come about wine? Why, because that's
Well,
yeah.
we always had business minds. Like I said, we started a wine company before. I mean, after we started a record company, we turned into wine. We started a wine company right after that. So we were dipping and diving in business and trying to find something that was different, something that we can probably leave a mark in. And one time someone was just drinking wine and the idea just popped into my head. So now to see where it's at 12 years later and see that we're still pushing, it's a great testament for us.
Right, that's a good one, And when it comes to partnership, you've been in business together for 12 years. This question is still to you, Greg. You've been together in business for 12 years. What, outside the family history, growing up together, what challenges did you guys experience initially when the idea came up? Because that seems to be like a great dream, having a wine business. Well, were you having any form of limiting beliefs that would, make you talk yourself out of it, or you just had the fire all inside?
Well, we just had the fire within us. And once we start something, we like to push it to the max if we can. So by, diving into wine, it was, like Sean said, we wasn't really into wine at first.
Right.
But as we got into it and realized that this is something that we can do, we continue to push through. We faced a lot of trials and tribulations in this industry, but we maintained and kept going and kept pushing. And 12 years later, we are here now. So as we grow and continue to grow, what keeps us going and keeps the fire going with our partnership is the foundation that our parents had laid at an early age. We've been around each other for so long, and not just with our parents. We also played basketball together, so we've been teammates forever as well. From junior high all the way up to high school, we've been teammates. So that's what's helped us work together and grow together as a company as well.
Yep.
And let me add a little something to that. Because we didn't necessarily have any doubts within ourselves that we could do it. Because when we first started, we educated ourselves. Like was said previously, we both wasn't into wine to the extent that we are now. So we had to get educated on it because it's a whole culture of wine. And also, once you get into the culture of wine, then it's the selling of the wine that's different. So we had to the production, the selling, manufacturing, all of that. So we had to educate ourselves. So it took us about a good year and a half where we just dove into books and just studied and read. We went to wine tastings. We went to conventions. We went to Sonoma County. When we went to Napa Valley, and we were just educating ourselves about wine. And then we got into the business. And then once we got into the business, the obstacles came just through us trying to progress because we were running into obstacles from distributors, running into obstacles from winemakers, from retail outlets, you name it. All right. But we knew that we was on to something, and we knew that we had a good product. We knew that we can sell it. And we knew that we could make a dent in the industry based on how the industry climate was at the time.
Right. Okay, that's a solid one, because a lot of young folks right now are looking for the easy way out. So I want you to just, this is for you, Sean. Mm-hmm. I want you to talk to that young man out there who probably just graduated from the university, the college, and is looking to become an entrepreneur. I want you to just talk to them that life is a journey, entrepreneurship is a journey, and that there's no such thing as overnight success, because you've been through a lot in business. You said when you got in, you educated yourself, you ran into obstacles, you came across obstacles, one way or the other. Can you just talk to that young man who
Right.
is thinking of
First, let me say that
becoming
entrepreneurship is not for the faint of heart. All right. It's for people who, number one, are visionaries, and people who are willing to take risk, and people who are who have the perseverance and intestinal fortitude to keep battling and keep pushing forward when things get troublesome and when they meet obstacles. If you're a type of person who are not afraid, or who are afraid of risk, and who are afraid to take chances, or who are afraid to bet on yourself, then entrepreneurship is not for you. And so for that young man or woman who's coming up, that's thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, I would first ask them to do an internal investigation of themselves to see if they have what it takes to become an entrepreneur. And then also to tell them to look at the market and to see if their idea actually adds value to the market, or is different from the industry that they want to participate in. Because a lot of times we have ideas and we just jump into a situation not understanding the depth of what you're trying to endeavor, not looking at the market, not looking at the circumstances, people buying habits, and people's needs and wants and desires. And if you're not able to fulfill a need or offer a service that's different or more economical than what's already being offered, then your idea is just that. It's just an idea. And then also you got to be willing to invest your own time and money into your idea, because no one's going to believe more in your idea and your dreams than you. So
right.
If you're not able to put your own money behind it and invest your own time and resources into it, then it won't work. Like Markell and I, our company, this was founded on Greg and I, our own resources, our own dollars, our own time, and our our own investment into what we believed in.
Right.
We own our company. It's debt free, and maybe if we would have took loans out and did this and that early on, we could have probably moved faster, but we'd have been in a lot of debt and been in a different position than we are right now. So we basically invested in ourselves, and we were able to propel the company and move forward.
Right. Okay, that's a good one. So I'll tell you another reason why I'm asking all these questions. I have a nonprofit organization that's on my shared John Ughulu Foundation. So we provide assistance, coaching, and mentoring for children and young adults between the ages of 18 to 22.
Mm-hmm.
And we know people within that age bracket need a lot of mentoring. They need a lot of coaching. So do you guys have any form of internship programs for people who are looking to just walk around entrepreneurs who can mentor them? Do you have any?
Mm-hmm. That's something that we plan on getting into. Most of our mentorship that we've done by way of different podcasts and things like this, sharing information with people. And when we're out and about, we talk to people and give them information and resources that will get into the business and learn more. But right now we're operating as a virtual winery.
Okay.
And, we don't have actually a established mentoring facility or any type of ongoing programs that we do every year. Right. But that's something that we definitely plan to get into in the near future.
Okay, that's a great point.
But anytime if you want us to come and talk to the youth, right, podcast or anything of that nature, that's something that we readily do all the time.
Oh, that's a great one. So I would love to have both of you on some of the programs we will be having in the future, where we can have live broadcast and you talk about how your journey started and to encourage these kids.
Right.
So that's basically what we need, encouragement.
Mm-hmm.
That's what will pull them out of the streets. That's what will pull them out of crime. That's what will make them understand that if you've already been incarcerated and you get out, there are ways you can turn a new life. There are ways you can become a better person. there are ways you can live without, looking up to crime.
Right.
That's the whole goal, to build future leaders. I really do appreciate you guys. So now let's go into your business. How many areas, what part of the country do you have your operations? Is it Greg who would answer that, or Sean?
Yeah, Greg can take it.
I can answer. Right now, we are in Maryland, DC, Virginia, as well as Ohio, Georgia, soon to be Connecticut as well.
Okay.
So we're just pushing through. We have been doing a lot of business since this COVID stuff on the internet. Our internet sales has tripled since the COVID has happened.
Okay. So do you guys produce your, do you produce here in the United States?
Yes, we do produce here in the United States. Our winery is in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, that we use this to produce our product.
Oh, okay.
Our wines come from our grapes come from upstate New York.
Okay, that's great. Yep. So Sean, where do you guys see your business in the next 5 years?
Next 5 years, we want to expand into other states that we're not currently in, and get into all of the local, the regular, well-known retail outlets to sell wine, where people, and become a household name where people can walk in, and the way they go after Clorox and Pepsi Cola and Coca-Cola, they can be those that enter wine and that enjoy wine can go after Markell Bani, and it'll be a household name, like those other brands. So that's where we, our immediate 5-year plan is to expand into other states that we're not currently in.
Oh, okay. So to my listeners out there, we want you to look out for Markell Bani fine wines. These are homegrown wines, home brewed wines, and in times like this, we should learn to support each other. That's why we're all here. So how can people reach out to you? Have you got a website?
Yes, we have a website, which is www.markellbaniwines.com. We also are available on Instagram and Facebook.
Oh,
okay. That's great. So
they can also, if I can chime in for a second, they can also find our story on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
Our docu-movie is called Through the Grapevine.
Okay.
So if you have Amazon Prime, just look it up and take a look at how we got started in our trials and tribulations in this industry.
Oh, okay. That's a good one. So with the current paradigm shift, the pandemic and all that, how has operation been for you guys in terms of production?
You want to take that, Greg, or you want me?
Production-wise, it haven't affected us at all. Everything we have needed to do as far as getting our product out there through social, whether it be social media or whether through our website, we haven't had any hiccups, and very thankful and grateful for that. It haven't really hindered us at all.
Oh, okay. Okay, so because right now, a lot of people find it difficult to go to work, and how did the COVID affect you guys over there? Was it really bad, or just a little?
Well, it affected us, in terms of personally, like it did most people. Being in the house, trying to be extra sanitary, being inconvenienced in a lot of ways and things like that. Personally, I didn't have many people sick, but I did have a few relatives that did catch the COVID virus, but thankfully today they were able to get better and battle through it. But in terms of a business wise, we were able, because we always operate virtually, we didn't have to stop production or things of that nature. But what it did do is increased our online sales.
Right.
Because a lot of folks instead of going out to buy the wine in the retail outlets, they were buying it online, having it delivered right to their home. And so it just, increased for us in that particular manner. This pandemic kind of helped us in a way. And then we had to look for different ways in terms of trying to market our wine to our customers. Hence the movie that Greg just talked about. And it came as a perfect time because people were locked down in the house, needed something to do. And after they done needed something to watch, and after they watched all of the Netflix movies and all of, they were looking for something to really enjoy while they're in the house. And so Greg came up with another good idea of producing a short film about our plight through the wine industry. And that's what it's called, Through the Grapevine. It's available now on Amazon Prime Video. And this film is a loose documentation of loosely based on our plight and our journey in the wine industry, and a lot of things that we had to endure, a lot of things that we had to deal with in order to get to the point where we are today. And so the movie was released about 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
What's the title again, please?
The title of the movie is called Through the Grapevine.
Through the Grapevine.
Yep, Through the Grapevine on Amazon Prime Video. And so that was another marketing tool. Even though it's a movie that people can enjoy, it still is another tool to market the wine, and people can connect with us and the company and the wine in a more visceral way.
Right. So if you're listening to this program right now, Sean and Greg have a movie that we would want you to go immediately and watch. It's titled Through the Grapevine. So feel free to stream this movie. Where can they find it? Is it on?
It's just right now, it's just on Amazon Prime.
Okay, only on Amazon Prime.
Yes, Amazon Prime Video.
Okay, so go to Amazon Prime and watch this movie, and feel free to tell us what you think about it. You can reach them via Instagram. You guys are on Instagram, right?
Yes, Instagram and Facebook.
Right. So you can reach out to them on Instagram or Facebook, or you can send your thoughts to me and I'll be able to send it over to them. So, Sean, what's your advice for those people who have lost their jobs due to the pandemic, those people who lost loved ones? What's your advice to them?
First of all, let me say that my heart goes out to anybody that has lost their job due to the pandemic and that were in need of resources and assistance during that time. I truly know what it feels like to be jobless and to trying to figure your way out. But one thing that I've learned from being in such circumstances, and my advice to people that fall into, the situation that you just mentioned, was that to use this time to build yourself and to reinvent yourself. Right. Even though this may seem like a very tough time, it's also a time to be introspective and to think about ways that you can better yourself in the future, that you can invest in yourself, that you can reinvent yourself, you can produce and come out of the pandemic even bigger and better than you were before you went in. And I'm just not talking about from an entrepreneur level, but I'm talking about from a personal level. Start, being more healthy, start eating better food, start exercising more. And then once your body starts feeling better, your mind starts to be clear. Once your mind starts to be clear, you get those ideas. And then once you get those ideas, then you have the mental capacity and the physical health to pursue those ideas and to make those ideas and dreams come to fruition. And so that's how you come out of the pandemic, and that's how you better yourself during these tough times. That would be my advice.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a solid one there. And for those people listening, Albert Einstein said, in the middle of every difficulty lies an opportunity. So do not give up. whatever we're going through in life today is a phase in life that will certainly pass. Same time next year, we are all going to be singing a different song. If you ask me when the pandemic or the virus will have a vaccine, honestly, I don't know. But one thing I'm sure about is that it's a phase in life that will pass. Do not allow this stop you from chasing your dreams. Do not allow this stop you from preparing yourself, having a strategy for the next phase of your life. Because it is only you that can make your dreams come true. Okay, so Greg, I want to ask you a question. What's your advice for people who want to go into a partnership, for any kind of business?
Well, you have to be able to trust your business partner, and you have to have the same vision, and be able to talk through your vision. And you have to have, it takes a lot of trust in order for good partnerships to work out. With our partnership, I sleep good at night knowing I have a partner like Sean.
Right.
I don't have to worry about everything, every small detail. I know that something is getting done from the partner that I have. So you have to research your partners. I mean, a lot of businesses fail because people can't work together, So you have to choose your partner wisely. I mean, wisely, very wisely.
Yeah, and also too, Greg and our partnership is an anomaly in the sense that you have two friends that can go into business together.
Right.
Normally,
Yes.
I wouldn't recommend that. You know what I mean? Because
Exactly.
the friendship can get in the way. But like I said, me and Greg, we have a partnership where we trust each other. We have I take value in his strengths, and he take value in my strengths. And wherever he's strong, that's where we lend to. When I'm strong, we lend to that, and we blend it and make it work together. There's no ego here. There's
Right.
nothing about who needs to have the most credit and who's this and who's that.
Yeah.
And we just, like you said, when we introduce ourselves, we're co-founders. We're co-owners. We don't go into CEO and all of this and that. And we just, it's about the product. It's about the wine. It's about the customers and their satisfaction, and if we can't get on those lines together, there's no sense of even going into business.
That's true.
Exactly.
Yeah. So for those people listening right now, the trust, if you're going into any form of partnership, trust is paramount. Then you almost have the same vision. Because if you don't have the same vision, it's going to be a problem. And you don't want to go into something knowing from the beginning that it will fail. So having trust and having the same vision is key. I thank you guys for sharing those tips. And I know a lot of people would, this would have resonated with a lot of people. So I would like to have you on a live broadcast, in the near future. But we're going to take that off air, and we'll talk about that. So for my listeners and those people watching on YouTube, it's Sean, Bani, and Greg. They are the co-founders of Markell Bani Fine Wines. They are entrepreneurs. They are people you can, look out for. Follow them on social media. And just follow their story, their business. You will be able to learn one or two things from them. So I thank both of you for joining me on the program. And until next time,
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, have a wonderful rest of your day.